Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Angelika's Journal. Today I'm going to be doing my Dollarama haul. It'll be two parts. Well, it's like two different clips. One part will be all my gardening. It's just basically garden pots and this. We went for pop and water as we usually do, and of course gets distracted. So the first part will be these pots, and I'll explain why I got them. And then the second part will be some craft things I bought, which will go to the office for that part. So I think that's, I don't know how long this part's going to take, so I can't tell you if you want to see just the craft supplies where to go. Maybe editing, Angelika could put it on the screen. I still don't know how to put words on the screen, so we'll see. So pots, as you know, I ended up starting pepper plants. The hot pepper, and I had made some for my girls and found out that because she has pugs, dogs, hot peppers can irritate their stomach if they eat it, and the leaves. I don't know if it would cause death, but I know it is dangerous for them, especially pugs are pretty small. So, you know, one pepper, who knows what would happen, right? So she decided not to take them. So I'm going to try and grow all 6 of them, and then I'll just bring her some. Hopefully my balcony is enough sun for them to grow and I'll get good produce, but my space is going to be a little bit more crowded because I didn't account for 6 plants. Those 6. Anyways, for those 6, I do need my glasses. For those 6, I got these pots. Now they're not very big, maybe 12 inch by 12 inch. Oh, I didn't bring out my measuring tape. Oh, hold on, my sewing stuff is here. Where's my measuring tape? Nope, gonna take too long. I have no idea where I put it. Yeah, it's not in here either. All right, well, oh here, I found it. Silly me. Oh, all right. So this one, it's 10 3/4 inches tall. And then the diameter, is about 11 1/2. No, 11 3/4, roughly. So I think with this one, this is another one that the holes are elevated. If you can see inside, they're not on the bottom. See how it's slightly elevated? And so they do that so that it holds a little bit of water inside. So when it's really hot and sunny, they've got some water they can drink. They won't dry out as quickly. Whereas if the holes are on the bottom, any excess will drain out. And then once the soil's dry, they don't have the reserve. This gives them, you know, just about an inch, 3/4 inch reserve. Another way of doing it is by putting holes an inch up from the bottom, or 3/4 inch, to put holes on the side as opposed to the bottom, because out in the garden they need that reserve. If it's a hot day, you know what I mean? So anyways, I got 6 of these because there's 6 pepper plants. And these were $4.25 for one. That's pretty good, $4 for a pot. Then I have the petunia, the marigold. I think those are the only 2. They've outgrown those pots. You know the pretty pots? like this. The colorful pots, I should say, not pretty because they're not necessarily pretty, they're colorful. The colorful pots, well, they've outgrown them. And I'm having to water it so much. So I got these pots, which if you look, the size between this, and the gray ones, this is kind of an in-between. So if this pot's too small, I can put it in this one. So the basil, parsley, and oregano are the three I bought. I bought them in 3 colors. Yes, I already have these colors, but it's nice to have options. So these were, I think they were $3 each. Now remember with those, you get the seeds, the peat pellet that expands, plus the pot. So that for $3 each is not bad. And then the other 2, the marigold and the petunia, I got these for it so that I can upsize it one. Like they are so tall. Like imagine being in this pot, but they're like this tall. Like you can tell that they need to get out of there. And the roots are out the bottom. Like they just want to get out of there. So I'm going to use this. Now this one does have the imprint to do the 3 holes. The pots I buy from the dollar store, they do not have holes. It's extremely rare for them to have pots with holes. You got to make the holes, and it's just with a drill, right? But with this one, because it's going to be outside, I'm thinking I might put the holes on the side, just so that it has a reserve. And then if I'm ever in a situation where I don't have an outdoor space and it's just for indoors, then I can always go ahead and do the 3 holes on the bottom, and then it'll still drain out the bottom, but it'll also have the side holes. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter if it has side holes, because any pots that I use indoors, they'll be on a tray or in a cover pot. So it won't matter. But I'm going to put holes on the side, maybe ½ an inch up, so that it has a little bit of a water reserve. But I know I bought 4 of them, 2 blue and 2 green. So 2 I'll use right away. And then the other 2, should any of the others get too big. Or maybe once I'm all done on the balcony, I will go through the store and see, oh, I really like this one. I wanted to take it home. Well, I've got an option. Any size. That size, that size. Well, not that, because that's all accounted for. Yeah, so I think this will be the biggest size. Now, this is also the size of pot. I think this is it. That I'm looking for my nursery pot. So this, just on the inside, yeah, 8 inches. No, a little bit deeper. Because as you know, do I have a plant in any of them? No, I don't. Okay. Oh! This pot is a 6x6. This is my largest nursery pot. And I do use this for my plants too. Oh, it's 5.5. 5.5 by 5. I lied, it's not 6x6. So this is the biggest nursery pot I have, which I also use these for my actual plants, and then I put it in a cover pot. But if they outgrow this pot, I don't have the next size up. And so something like this, like I don't want this because this is like, I want a nursery pot, but can you see the size difference? So I'm looking for this, but there's no rush because I don't need it right now. These guys are fine the way they are. These are my bigger plants. The hanging ones, they're in pots that don't have holes. There's no cover pot, so they're fine. But like for these guys, I would prefer, none of them are in this except this one. That one has no holes. Those two have an attached tray, and so does that one. I prefer this with a cover pot. So anyways, that's another story. You know, I'm long-winded. Anyway, so these pots were $3. Not bad. And they do last. Like, they're not flimsy. Like, if you look, they are solid. They're good quality. Then I saw this clay one. Now, I do have this one, which I'm using for garbage right now. Now, the reason why I needed two shallow, now this one is for succulents, and this one I can use for my African violet. I'll just put the clay pellets on the bottom. I forget what they're called. Yeah, anyways, so I'll put a layer of that on the bottom, and then I'll put the soil. So this is for my African violets, and this will be for my succulents, the low-growing ones. And I got this one from Amazon a while back, and this one from the dollar store. This one was $5. Yeah, $5. And it's a clay pot, because all my succulent and cacti plants I plan on putting in clay pots, because as you can see with my aloe vera, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like even the ones under here, I thought with the light they would grow better because they like the light, and they're still all droopy. And I'm not overwatering it, honestly. If the soil's moist, like especially with the smaller ones, it's easy to tell. I don't water it. I wait till it's dry, and then I wait a couple of days. And they're all just droopy. Like, is that just a variety that I have? Yeah, even over there, it's not as droopy as this, but it's also droopy. So, I don't know. Anyways, so like I said, I got 3 of these. Because my basil, which is what got me on this idea, is in the smaller pots, little 4-inch pots. These. Just so you get an indication of the size difference. My herbs are all in these size pots right now. 3-inch by 3-inch. I don't know. I'm not going to measure it. But they're small. And my basil constantly dries out, like twice a day. And it's like, is it pot bound? So I'm going to move it to a bigger pot. And since these 3 are the 3 I use the most, basil, oregano, and parsley, I figure these 3 I'm going to put in a bigger pot. And I could transplant it into these pots and then sprinkle the extra seeds. So then not only is the plant that I already have growing more, but the seeds will bring out some new growth. And then it'll get nice and full, because those are the 3 I use more than any of the others. The others are more for decoration, or the sage, you can do like sage burning in the house, clean out the bad energy. And I believe you can use thyme and rosemary mixed with the sage. I'm not sure. And rosemary is just so beautiful. You know, it's again a succulent, like a desert plant. So it doesn't like a lot of water either. But anyways, so that is everything I bought. 3 there, 6 for my pepper plants, 4 of which 2 I need right away, and my clay one. And I still have not bought soil. So I need to go to Home Depot this coming week and buy some soil. Anyways, we'll head over to the office now. Yeah, that's everything. I'll be back in a minute. All right, there we go. I was having trouble getting it to the right orientation. All right, so there we are. We're set up at my desk. And we'll do the next part of the Dollarama haul. As you can see, I'm still working on this stuff. All right. Oh, light. There we go. That should be good. All right, so. Oh, my door. Hold on. All right, so the first craft items are $1.50. So I got some index cards, colorful ones, because I only have white ones left. I don't think I have any more of the colorful ones. So I got some of these because, you know, this can be your background. And then you can put like a pocket on it. Maybe do a sticker. Oh, look how bright the sunflowers look. You know, you can put stuff on it, right? Do a little background paper, you know, something like that. You know what I mean. So I thought I needed these. And then I got these. Now, these are to cut and make little picket fence for my birdhouse. But the main reason, there's 100. The main reason why I chose these is when you're mixing paint, it's just like paint stir sticks you get when you buy paint. Yeah, so I can use it for my acrylics. So that's why I got that, or I could use it for crafting. Now these, I did not get for any of those reasons. I'll show you what I got this one for. There's a tongue depressor, I think they call it. Tongue suppressor. I don't know, something like that. Well, with me doing these little mini journals, I came across this. And I'm like, oh, tongue depressors as a background. So we would color this a color. Yeah, I have nothing that I could pretend. Okay, just you'll have to imagine. So this, you painted a color. Then you take a border like this, but something that's small. Yeah, I don't think these are. Oh, maybe. Yeah, this would work. It'd be a little bit off the edge. So you would take this and you would stencil it on here. Or you can glue, like this one has writing as a background. So you could glue some writing on it and then, I don't know, put something else. Like, even if I wanted to, I could put dream and over here and then stencil over it and then put like a flower on this side. Like, I'm just trying to think, like I didn't prepare for this, but I just so you know what I'm thinking. Or if you wanted to, you could put glue on flowers all along here. Maybe a pink, a purple, and a blue. You know what I mean? Or yellow, orange, red. But you would have a background color, and then you would either stencil, or if you're good at drawing, you could draw it. And then all you do is you go and photocopy this. Like on a printer paper, you probably could have like 8 or 9 of these on it. 6 to 9, I don't know. But each one of these, you could decorate. You could even flip it over and decorate. So this package says, oh, did I throw it away? Where did it go? There it is. There's 18. So considering you could do both sides of them, that's 36 stencils from these tongue depressor, whatever. You know what I mean? So that's 36 patterns. And all you do is print it out. Right? But this gives you the basis like a worksheet. It's your working surface. And if you don't like something, you can wash the stick and take it all off, or paint over it. You know what I mean? But these are good as the stencil that you are working on. Now, I know these examples like this and this wasn't a good example. Like, one thing you could do is just do a bunch of these flowers and then just do like a curly line in between each one. You know, like round over round, you know, in between each flower. Like anything. And then that you can use in your journals. You can even use it as a book, put it on a background as a bookmarker or a belly band, or, you know what I mean? Like, there's lots of ideas, but this is your starting point, right? All right. So I got that idea from this. Like, I have another one like this too. I don't know where the other one is. And then I got these stencils because $1.50 and you get 2 of them. You get that one, which this made me think of the Tree of Life. And then you've got this one, a butterfly, a bird, border, and then this. It almost looks like 2 eyes and then the curly hair, and this has gone crazy. Well, there's a little butterfly. See, you could even just do this little butterfly. And then there's that one. There's a birdie again. I really like this border. You could even stencil this right onto a page in a journal. You know, use red or yellow, orange, you know, any color, white. If it's a patterned page, then you could do white and it would show up. White on white might not show up. White on coffee dye would show up. And then here was the birdies, which is why I got it. I love this one. And then there's that. And look at that. Dragonfly, butterfly. And then here you got the bird. And then some more borders. You know, you could even just take the flower in the middle, like I said. You know, 1, 2, 3. They're all 3 different flowers. Just take the center flower. You can put masking tape around it if you're worried that you might hit on it, like get paint on it. So, and then you have your 3 different flowers. And then on your stick, you can do your 3 flowers. And then just do some pretty, you know, like, you know what I mean. And of course, I'm going to keep going until, oh, these stencils don't have it. I know I have a stencil in my binder with it. But, you know, like this kind of thing where it goes around and then, you know, like swirly swirl. That kind of thing, but smaller. You can put in between them. And there you go. Done. It's another layer to your journal page, or even on your ephemera card. Anyway, so stencils are reusable, so they are worth investing in. Anything reusable, stamps and stencils, you just go crazy. But be careful, because if you have too much, you forget what you have. That's why I have binders for mine. All right, the next thing. I got these glass beads. Now, I got 2 of them, but the other one's put into another item I want to share with you. And since I'm doing this in price order, we'll get to the other one after. My God, they really package this. And this side has this. Oh, well, I guess I'm ripping it. I was thinking I could use this packaging. Oh, here we go. I could use this. This is something different. Even if I just photocopy it as a background and then decorate on it. Anyways, whatever. You know, once you start doing this stuff, all you think of is everything you see, you get ideas. Oh, I could do this. Oh, I could do that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy. But anyway, so you get some nylon thread. And these were $2. Right there. Oh, $2.50, sorry. Glass beads. That's the Dollarama, their products. It's either crafts or studio or, you know what I mean? But anyway, so I'll keep that to the side. Yeah, so then this pack has all these kind of colors. And you get some nylon thread. Now you can also use this. It's like some are smaller and some are bigger. So you can use these for dangles on the side of your journal. Or if you want to put a dangle on the center where you tie it. You know, where you bind it. On the inside, you have a little bow. Well, you could string it with beads and then just have a dangle because these are really tiny. Like, they're really small, right? There's that and that and that. And there's a couple of others too, but you know what I mean? You could make yourself little dangles for inside the binding. I think that would be pretty. Anyways, I'll leave this here because there are more. The other pack are, I think they're different colors. I don't know. I'm starting to wonder now. Anyways, and then you get that with it. And then, same idea as these tongue depressors. I got this. Now, this is a scrapbooking book. You can use paints on it. You can draw whatever you want. I thought because I could use this as my master board for collaging. And the reason why is because it's in here. So then I can just put it in the printer like that and photocopy it. And then I have my papers. Now, I believe I measured this compared to something that had a front label. Like this one doesn't have the front label. But I measured it with something that did. And I think it is printer paper size. Okay, this is printer paper. Okay, so it's almost, which is fine. See here? It's a little bit more that way, but a little bit less this way. Also with the holes, you want to go more this way, right? So you have a little bit on the bottom, a little bit on the top, and then here. But that's okay. To get it exact is not that easy, right? But you could use this as a master board. Because the 12 by 12s, which is what I've been using as a master board, it's really hard because you can't photocopy the whole thing. My printer only does printer paper size. I don't have a 12 by 12 printer. And to get another printer, well, no, I don't think so. So to do the back of a 12 by 12, you'd have to cut it down to this size, then do the collaging. Whereas with this, you know what I mean? I could collage on here, and then all these pages would be collaged pages. And then whenever I want to photocopy it, I just got to find it. It was $4. This doesn't say how many pages. I wish I had the sticker on top. I took one that didn't have the sticker only because I wanted this this painting kind of, because it gives me the feel of being creative. But But yeah, I can collage on it. You know, I can put like a piece of plastic behind it, part of a cutting board or a silicone mat or something. And then I can collage on this. And then when it's dry, I just flip the page and then do another one. And you can have a whole book of collages. And you just photocopy the page that you want. So that's why I really thought this was good. And it gave me the idea because the one that I did do with the stickers, I'm looking around to see if I have anything here. You know those labels that I had that I said I created? Yeah, those labels. I don't think there's any here. I think I used them all. I might have some packed away still though. Those were, that paper. I have no idea where it is. It's floating around with all my, you know, like what is this? A3 paper? Is that what it's called? Letter size, A3. It's all with that all like, I don't know. I have to go through every file to find it. Yeah, anyways. So this way it's all together and it's all contained. That's what I was trying to say. And that's why I got that. We'll see how it turns out. It might not turn out, who knows. But that's what I'm doing. Okay, now this one was $4.25. And the reason why I like this one is because looky. You got black, you got like a real dark coffee, like brown paper bag kind of brown, and white. Now the white I use to photocopy some things. Also you can use the white to collage because it's cardstock. The white, the GSM is, it says 170 and 250. You know, I never noticed that before. Oh, this is 8 by 11.5. And it might have been this that I had measured this guy with. You know what I mean? See? It's a little bit. And I probably measured it with that and thought, oh yeah, it's close enough. Because this is 8.5 almost by 11.5, which 11.5 is too big. So here it's short like 0.2, and here it's too big by 0.5. But whoop-de-doo. I didn't realize the GSMs on them there was 2. But they didn't separate them. So that means the white, there's 10 of one and 10 of the, oh yeah, look at that. There is a slight difference. I never noticed that. And I've bought this before. I've bought it a couple of times. So the front is a 170 and the back is a 250. So the 250 is what I would use for journal covers. And the 170 would be either to collage on, or if I took the brown or black, you know, you could cut it down and make ephemera cards with it. I really like these. Anyways, so I got one of those. And then I bought something new I want to try. This thing. I've seen it on Amazon and it's on my wish list. And I'm like, I don't want to pay that much money. I don't want to pay that much money. Well, I finally bought it. Where's the price? Oh, right there. $5. $5. It's a bead weaving kit. I've always wanted to do this. I'll have to get the clasps to close it. But yeah, it gives me ideas. Also, when you get really good at this, you can photocopy them and use them as borders in your journal. And you can wear them, right? With a clasp, you can wear it. You can even sell them if you do a nice job, you know, and people like it. $5. Like, you know what I mean? Even if you're low on funds, this is a great idea. And you can, oh look, it even comes with 2 clasps, a small one and then a bigger one. See that? So this is the bigger one and this is the smaller one. And then, oh, there's a chain. And then this is to put it together. And you get beads to start. So, you know, for $5, you buy this. You get directions with it on how to do it. So you follow the directions. You use the beads that come with it. And you buy this. And you have this with it. So you make a big one and a small one with these beads. The thread is in there, right? Then you sell them. Maybe this one you sell for $10 and this one you sell for $5. That comes to $15. Then you take that $15 and you buy a whole bunch more beads. Wait a minute, I'm thinking. No, I think you would, with the $15, you try and get some more of these clasps. And then you get some more beads. I don't know, that $15 would be enough. But anyways, that kind of idea. So you make what you can with what they give you in the kit for $5. Then, oh yeah, the dollar store, the beads. Remember? $2.50. So from the $15, the beads would be only $2.50. So you're still left with $12.50 to buy these things. And I think they sell them at the dollar store. And then you can make more and just sell them. Huh. It's making me think. Maybe that's what I'll do for an income. And it has everything to put it together. You just got to read the instructions and learn how to do it. At $10 a wide bracelet, $5 for a small one. Maybe if there's an in-between size clasp, which I know there is, you could sell that for like $7.50. Depending how long it takes to make, right? If it takes you like 2-3 hours to make one, then maybe it's $15, $10, and $5. Like, that's still not much. People would buy it. Anyways, so that's something new I got. And these beads, you can even use for that, right? That's why I bought these. These are the $2.50. Now, I did buy 2 packs of them because they came in 2 different colors. And I also bought this for $5. It's a bead storage thing. So for $5, what you can do is your clasps. You know, these clasps that you get. And then you're going to have closures like claws. And then a bit of a chain. So you can put all that in here. And then you've got 2 other levels. Hold on. Yeah, this one's not good quality. It does hold the storage. The closures are really good and it has a handle. But the plastic is more flimsy. But for $5, you have 2 rows that you can put beads. See? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 20 compartments for beads. How did I do the other one? Oh, it laid down that way. All right. See, you just put them all in there. You can even leave it in these tubes if you want. And just put light colors with light colors. You know, they're ones that are similar. These are blocks, so you put the blocks together. Bigger ones and then smaller ones. I know I didn't actually do that, but I'm just saying as I go. You know, you put the smaller beads on this side, or maybe the top one will be the smaller beads, and then the bottom one will be these bigger beads. And leave them in the tube. The tubes fit. If you want, don't put, like, they are movable, these dividers. What I was thinking is the middle crossbar, it does come out. But because it's not very well made, they don't actually touch the floor of this compartment in here. It doesn't actually touch the bottom. So either you use hot glue or just the middle one, put some glue. But these compartments, I would not put the beads loose in unless they are the big ones. If they're not the big, like bigger than this, like those wood beads that are like, I don't know, 3/4 inch or something, those you could put in here, or 1/2 inch beads. But these types I would leave in these tubes. But I would reinforce the middle one. And then maybe not even use these, just line them all up. Oh no. How about this way? Oh, see, they would line up this way. The only thing is, yeah, so then I wouldn't put this one in, and I would just line them up like that. Oh, there we go. I didn't think of that when I set up the other layer. And then this way, if you do this, and like I said, I would use a hot glue gun to, like, on this side and this side to keep this down. But you would put it all like this. And then whatever the clasps, you know what I mean, the clasp and the chain and the claw, this thing, you could put, like, leave it in their packages and put them in here. So you have your beads here, small, big, and then your accessories in the middle. And just don't use these extra, like they come, you can do it the way you want, right? Anyway, so I thought that was pretty cool. It is a little flimsy, but hey, as long as it does the job, that's all that matters, right? Oh, this stuck onto the bottom of it. My little papers. Any more underneath? No. I think that's everything. You know what I mean? And then there you go. Make a whole bunch of bracelets and sell them. Or, if, oh, look at that. You can actually add more. So if you got another one, you could attach it, because that's where you clip it on. So you would take the lid off and then just add another 3 layers. Oh my, that's actually a good idea. I might go get another one. It's only $5. I'm not crazy about that wooden cabinet. Mind you, I'm not 100% about this either because it's flimsy, right? So I'll see how the hot glue works, or silicone glue, or some kind of something, just to keep the middle and then your 2 side ones. So you're just gluing that and then that. And yeah, if that works and makes the dividers more sturdy, then yeah, I'll get another one and put another 3 layers, and then I can empty all that. And no matter how tall this is still taking less space. And by putting the smaller beads on top and the bigger ones down below, the weight is all on the bottom. It's not the weight on the top pushing down on it, right? Oh my, I really like this. All right. Well, I think I better get out my hot glue and take these off and glue it and see how it turns out. It's kind of hard to put your hand in there too, and the gun, like the glue gun. But yeah, I'm going to give that a try. Anyways, so that was my Dollarama haul. And I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, do what makes you happy, and everything else will fall into place. It also, when I say do what makes you happy, it makes you a better person and a happy person, and you have more to offer to others, or something to that effect, that line of thinking. Anyways, which is why I love that saying, do what makes you happy, because then you're happy and you can make everybody else happy too. Anyways, take care, everybody. I'll see you on the next one. Oh, one other thing. Please, if you got something out of it, hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe. Yeah, if you don't mind, I'd appreciate it. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you on the next one. Love you guys.